Hey everybody, welcome back to Mel's Board Game Room. So today I'm doing an unboxing because I had a Kickstarter delivered at my house today. So perfect timing because I want to play it. And I was like, oh, I should do an unboxing. And I was like, oh, but I want to open it. So we're not wasting any time. We're doing the unboxing now so I can play because it's a long weekend coming up and I'm hoping to play a lot of games. So let's have a look at this game here. So this is Vineyard, a winemaking game. Now, my friend Roberta Taylor is one of the designers, as well as Eduardo Baraf and then Katherine Waddell. And it's a pencil first game. So, I mean, I've taken the plastic off of it. This, I backed it kind of blind. I was like, well, my friend's designed it. It's good enough for me. I do love Roberta's games, and I've played a lot of her games. River Valley coming out soon as well from her was so good. So that one is about to hit Kickstarter as well. So based on her past games, I know I like her games. So it was kind of a no-brainer, but I didn't look into the game really. I kind of backed it. Now it's here, so I've been kind of learning a bit more about it, but this is an unboxing. So let's have a look at the game. And this game does a few things that I really enjoy. First thing here is they have, they have a mini expansion that's with this. We'll look at this later, but they have the catalog. This is like you remember when Sears used to have like their Sears wish book? This is like my wish book. I love to go in there and kind of look at all the games that's available. Be like, ooh, got it, want it. You know, it's like I could almost put my initials in everything. I just really appreciate when these are in there. There's a lot of games here that I don't have yet. And, oh, this is kind of cool too. They have like a title, other titles, and it shows. Here, let me see if I can show you better. So all like their titles, and it shows what's available now, what's coming soon, and what's out of stock. And you can put little checks as to what you got and what you need. And I like that. I like this in there a lot. So, and then this is like choking hazards in all the different languages. And then we have the rule book. So the rule book's about the size of the box, and I do appreciate that as well. The cover is like a nice thick material. And I was kind of perusing it a little bit earlier, and it's like, you know what, like, you can almost read that without me getting it closer. So the letters are nice and big. You know, 45 now. So that's becoming something I appreciate more and more. And it's just good looking rule book. Just to kind of show you guys real quick. And this game is about making wine. It's an worker placement game, but it has kind of a twist on it. So I'll show you that a little bit. But yeah, so upgrade. Okay, perfect. So that's the rule book. Then we have the expansion modules and the solo mode. Now I was looking at this one a little bit, and I really appreciate this as well because they have on here the different expansions that you could play. And it has like a complexity and how many players can have that. So this one is like a 1 out of 5 complexity, a 2 out of 5. For the, Irina the Apprentice, if you want. I think I skipped a page here because that's the thing. But we have Jasper the Gat, and he's a 3 out of 5 complexity. And it just kind of goes over how that particular expansion would work. And then you have the solo mode explained here as well. And that's its own little book, and I think that's pretty cool. So we have that there. Now, these are the player board, and this is going to determine like your actions. So there are 4 workers. There is Sylvie, Thomas, Greta, and Joe. And all players are going to have the same workers on their board. So we are all sharing these workers in the vineyard. And they all have special abilities. So we will start with one that has 1 activated special ability. So this one, Sylvie, has a ability that's kind of our special ability. They all have their specialty as well of what they can do, but you can upgrade these. And then you'll be taking these little check tokens and adding these as you upgrade what your worker can do. And there's place to put cards on the slot, and this will indicate which action you're going to activate, because it's like a card action that you're going to assign to one of the workers, and then you can place the worker on the board based on what you've selected. So I think that's really cool. So we'll put this aside a little bit. So we have, now these are cool because they're little wine barrels, and it shows on there the type of grapes you need to put in there in order to make the wine. And there's different level. There's 3 level, and it's indicated on the back. So I think these look so good. And then we have the different grapes that we can plant. And I think grow it. I don't know if to double up or whatever. And then, as I mentioned, the little check that you can do when you upgrade an action. So we got these little check marks on there. So we have other kind of grapes. We have coins. You get stars, which will kind of count towards victory points. And then just more of these here. All right. So we've got this. Now here we have the plate. Okay, so first of all, let's appreciate this. This has a really nice insert. I made it up to this point, and then I was like, Kate, box it back up. I'm going to do this on camera. So I have, like, I just saw, I don't know, there's something about a really nice insert tray that I absolutely love with games, and it makes the game so much easier to play, get to the table. But, oh, and then look. Lids. I love this with the lid. It comes out. You can have it right. Oh, look at the workers are going to go here because you have the acrylics workers. I'm getting ahead of myself. I get so excited. I just want to keep looking. So far, this is looking amazing. But let's open the board and let's have a look here. How big is this board? It's fair size. So it's not double-sided. So it's like this. At the top here, you're going to have these train tracks that goes up. They change each era. This is where you're going to be planting the grapes. Then you're going to move the grapes here where you're going to have the barrels. And then you can move the grapes into the barrels to make the wine. And then the wine's going to go into the cellar where it's going to age. And eventually you can ship it off onto the truck to send them off. And depending everywhere you kind of do things, you're going to gain hearts. So every player is going to have their own colored hearts, and you're going to kind of, it's like you're participating in the making of the wine, because from what I'm understanding, and I want to point out, I haven't gone through the rules yet, but what's being cultivated, like it's the 4 workers are working together. Even though we're all going to be moving these workers, we gain hearts. So we put our own colored hearts when we kind of partake into what needs to be done. So our hearts are going to go in there. They're going to move around and then eventually go into the truck. And when we load the hearts into the truck, these hearts are then going to convert into the stars, which are going to give us points. So the different workers are all going to be working together, but we're trying to get the most heart to get the most stars and get the victory points that way, from what I understand. Now, some areas have like big circles that indicates it's every worker can go there. Some have little circles to kind of minimize how many workers can go there. Some of them like show if for 3 or more players you can go there, otherwise it's only the 1. So we have the greet, the cultivate, the harvest, the make wine, the paperwork. Now, from what I understand, the paperwork is how you're going to be able to take the action cards back and kind of generate an income as well. We have aging the wine, and then we have loading the trucks. So this is what the player board looks like. All right, now let's look in here. So I was talking about the hearts. Here are the green hearts there. So there's hearts. It looks like is it just hearts? Looks like they're all hearts. So we have the different player color, right? So you got like a purple, a yellow, I'm going to drop the purple, a red, and the green. So you got the 4 player colors. And then we have the workers. Now, keep in mind, as I mentioned, the workers, it's not like, oh, I want to be this person. You're going to be utilizing all the workers. And that's going to get interesting, and I think it's going to get a little bit in the way as well. Because, and I think they go in here. See, how cool is that? That is such clever design. They're just going to sit there, and they have base, so the base fits in there as well. Oh, I am liking this. This looks so cool. Now, there might be a film on these to kind of protect them, and I haven't removed that yet, but I'm not concerned about it. And we have the cat as well, which is part of like the mini expansion. That fits in there so well. I'm assuming these is where these are going to go. That's going to fit in there just perfect. This is going to hold the grapes. And it's a nice, you know what? My husband has really big hands. And with the draw bags, the concern is that he can't fit his hand in there. But this is a nice big hole, so he should be fine. So we have this in here. The cards are there. So I'm really liking how this all comes together in here. So let's have a look at the cards. Are they easy open? They say easy open. But are they truly? Oh, yep. Actually, yeah, that's not bad. Perfect. So, okay, so we have, looks like our player aid. So this one turns about the solo game. So I think, is it a solo game player aid? And then we have, that's still part of the solo game. So the different action that you can do part of the solo game. I may never play this game solo. I'm not a huge solo player, so keep that in mind. So these are all the train cards. Remember I said at the top of the board, the train cards are going to go there. So we have these train cards. There should be 3 level of them. So that was level 3. We have level 2, and then we have level 1. So there's the 3 level of the train cards. And then we have the trucks that's going to load. And it looks like depending on the truck that loads, it kind of shows how they're going to score. So this one shows that, I'll just show it to you there. So where's the camera? You think it would be easy. I can just look, but I'm looking on the screen. So it says score an additional 2 stars if you have the same number of hearts on 2+ loaded barrels. So there's the extra ways of gaining stars, which are going to be the victory points, and then based on the hearts as well. So we have these trucks there. Now we have level 2, level 3, and level 1 trucks, like the cars, to the train cars. And then we have more cards here, because I want to see these action cards. All right. Okay. So we have more player aids here, and this is for the multiplayer game. So it has the game turn sequence. So you place an action card, then you move the friend. Large circle, you may contain many friends. Small circle is just the one. 3 is you perform the location action. If you run out of heart, you may move 1 from your grape token to the crush bin. And then complete cleanup. The current train cards and barrel level will match the active truck card level. Then it explains the game and scoring. So once the 3rd truck card is scored, so we'll be loading the truck up to 3 times, the game ends immediately at the end of the current player's turn. So then for stars you collect during the game, and then you get 1 star for every 3 hearts you have on the main board, and then 1 star for every 3 coins you did not spend. So that's how you're going to make some of the, and then it kind of explains each actions here. So the cultivate, harvest, make wine, age wine, the load, greet, and paperwork. So for cultivate, I'll show you this in a bit more details here. So it's a pretty good player aid. I'm liking that. Then we have the yellow player, the green player, purple player, and then we have the red player. So we have all the different action cards here, and I wanted to see these. So let's go have a look. So you can cultivate. That's pretty straightforward. It's just a cultivate card. We can harvest. All right. We can greet. We can make wine. We can do the paperwork. You can age wine. And you can load. So these are the different actions that you have. You'll be assigning them, but you have to do the paperwork if you want to bring them back to be able to activate them again, as from what I understand. Then we have more cards here. So we have these wine bottle cards, and they have like teamwork. So expert, connoisseur, skillful. So they just have like different abilities, looks like, or special things you can do. We have the cat. So this would be based on the mini expansion that you can add. Oh, I think so. It just kind of changes what you can do because it's just like a player aid for the cat. So, okay. Then we have these four here. So is this another mini? Oh, it adds an extra action. The apprentice looks like. So that might be part of the bonus expansions as well. And then we have gardener, oncologist. So different upgrades it looks like that we can get. So these look cool. Obviously, I need to read up on the game, learn how to play it, to learn how to play the game. Now, we did have the mini expansion that came with it as well. This one is called Local News. So let's have a closer look at this one. All right. Oh, see, it was more like you could own these games. And like, yes, I want to. Okay, so these are just extra cards. Card clarification, solo rules, and just kind of a extra setup. It explains kind of like the setup, what this does. So let's say what does it do? Extra. The local newspaper contains all sorts of important events that may affect the vineyard. And the friends are most interested in discovering what's happening around the valley. Add random events to make paperwork even more exciting for everyone. So it kind of tells you it's 20 newspaper card. That's what this is. It tells you how to set it up and the rules of it. And then we have these paper cards, and they're like extra events that it looks like it would apply to your paperwork. So special care. So it looks like it'll affect the different actions that you can do as well. Looks cool, but yeah. So, oh no, remove all purple grapes from the field, refill the grape token. So it looks like some of these aren't great situation that happens, but so it just kind of adds random event to the gameplay. So this is a quick unboxing of Vineyard. So I am so pleased with how the game looks, the component, the tray especially. Like these guys look so cool. Like I am a big fan of the acrylic standee. I honestly prefer the look of these on a board game more than like a dull gray mini. If you paint your minis and that looks amazing, great for you. I think that looks great. I'm not probably going to spend a whole lot of time painting minis. My hobby is playing the game, not painting it. So that's where I really appreciate the acrylic standees. But I'm going to finish punching out everything in this game, setting it all up, and then kind of trying to learn how to play it. And hopefully it gets played this weekend. It is a long weekend, so I'm hoping to play a few games. But thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, everybody.